Hi again, it's Andy Weiss with Coldwell Banker West Shell in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm back again with Dan Schuerman of Schuerman Inspections in Cincinnati, and we've got a couple more questions for Dan. Again, thanks for coming by again today.
Pleasure.
Dan, I appreciate it. We want to talk a little bit today about pre-listing inspections and why they're a good idea. Dan, if you could talk about that.
Well, Andy, the pre-listing inspection, probably one of the most important reasons why you would want to have a pre-listing inspection is the fact that with all these houses on the market today, it's difficult to make your house stand out and be different than everybody else's. So I find that by doing a pre-listing inspection, it's a chance for the inspector and the seller to take some time, look through that house, determine what kind of things are maybe disheveled, trimming bushes, cleaning up the leaves, those kinds of things that might help the house present itself better. Now those may not be home inspection type items, but they're going to help that client get the house to pop. And it makes the buyers, as they're walking through, see your house as something emotional or attachment emotional to that house versus some other houses. So I think it helps the house move faster that way. Okay. Obviously, we're also going to be looking at the house with the perspective of all the equipment and maintenance and things like that. And by us going through the house and finding the issues that are going on in the house, what that'll allow is for the seller to clean those types of items up, get them out of the way so that they don't cause any kind of problems as the seller comes through possibly with their inspector. So by removing those out of the mix, the inspection that they're going to do is going to walk a lot smoother, and it's going to take a lot of issues out of the transaction. And probably thirdly, and sometimes most importantly, is just from a cost standpoint. Again, the cost of a home inspection is pretty inexpensive. You spend that money, you have us come out and do the job, and by finding those items, normally the cost of repairs are going to be much cheaper to get taken care of up front than if they are left behind for that next inspector, for the buyer to come through. And as they find those items, usually what happens is the cost to get those things done might be asked to be taken out of the contract, something like, or added to the contract, and it can be a lot more expensive to do it that way. Sure. This way you get the time to do it right, find the right contractors, and get them in without any kind of time constraints.
Absolutely. Well, we all make better decisions when we have more time to think about how we're going to spend our money. Speaking of money, if you could talk a little bit about who pays for a pre-list inspection versus a traditional inspection done by a buyer.
Sure. Typically, if you're going to do a pre-listing inspection, you're going to basically be the client for the home inspector. It's going to be your job to pay the bill at the end of the inspection. Obviously, the transaction that is taking place for a buyer, if they're the ones out there going to have the house inspected, they're going to be the one paying for it. So it's pretty much, if you're the listing, if you're going to sell the house, you're the one that's going to pay for a pre-listing. If you're the buyer of the house, you're the one that's going to pay for the inspection as a purchase inspection.
Sure. Well, I do appreciate your time today, Dan. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions about what you heard today, or if you have any questions about just general real estate questions about the real estate market here in Cincinnati, I ask that you give me a call. My name again is Andy Weiss. I'm with Coldwell Banker West Shell. My phone number is 513-702-6137. Email is andy.weiss@cbws.com. I also do ask that you reference my other videos I do have on YouTube, and have a great day.